Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Global Radio and TV Live. And I am your host, Dr. Ravi. The number to call is 469 307 1642. 469 307 1642. Of course, we would like to thank our audience in the USA and also in the order of viewership in India, Morocco, Taiwan, Canada, Sudan, Japan, Ukraine, China, Korea, and Iraq. Well, if I haven't heard from your country, let us know. We will add you to the list as well. I would like to say that in Global Radio and TV Live, all topics are controversial, or we talk about conspiracy theories and everything in between. We like to base all our arguments on the basis of science, but sometimes it gets away from us, and we have the creationists out there, and they're going to tell us how the world was created. Well, there is a lot of controversial topics we covered over here in this show, including the most important one and most controversial one, the existence of God, sighting of UFOs and aliens. Of course, the most favorite one of mine is the JFK assassination, US debt, and all are conspiracy theories, controversial, two extremes, a firm believer in these ideas and extreme skeptics. Once in a while we get a guest who is not only write books, but she herself is the biggest controversy. Now, one of the things we always wanted to find out is how she is able to get on to any of the shows, including mine. But she is a great attraction for anybody. And she had been on our show before, and she had made some tall claims. One of the claims is that she is the Messiah walking among us. Now, recently that I got a call from her and paperwork that it says that I am the Messiah. Her name is Resa Edwards, and she was sent here to establish world peace. I currently have up to $110 million. Now, please write this down. $110 million available to anyone, any of our audience, who can prove that she is not the Messiah. The challenger must submit. Now, here's the little hook. The challenger must submit at least $1 million. Remember this. Now, anybody out, my audience out there, has a spare change of $1 million? If you do, you better contact Larissa right away because she's going to give you $110 million. 110 times more than what you are putting on the kitty there to enter Peacemaker Challenge. Now, she is the Peacemaker now. Of course, here is something very interesting. She was in our show, yes, on Global Radio and TV Live about a few months back, and she made this claim. Let's see if we can get that claim going here. Let's take a look. All right, here it is. All right, there we go. Here is Larissa Edwards.
The very first one I taught you was right over not right. Another God of God's formula is time over monetary gain. This is Satan's formula: monetary gain or money over time. Can you see that?
Okay, yeah, I see that. So if the time is short and there is a huge monetary gain, then that is evil.
Right. That's Satan's formula. If you put money over a tree, if we cut down trees for money,
Right.
number one, it's not right. It will lead to chaos. If all we do is work for money as opposed to more time, we're on Satan's time as opposed to God's time. And you see, human beings can be wiped from the surface of the planet. We can go extinct. We can go extinct from an asteroid. We can go extinct from a nuclear reactor or both. And in 2 or 3 or 7 million years, there'll be another intelligent being right here on the surface of the earth.
Well,
So our time is ours to protect.
I
Yes.
agree.
Okay, so
The mathematical formulas that you came up with
yes, sir.
makes complete sense to me. This Satan's formula of monetary gain over time, as you gain a lot of money over an extremely short period of time, that will lead to evilness. That I agree. I can understand the mathematical principle behind it. I also understand the God's formula of right over not right. As the not right is lower and lower, of course, the right things are getting bigger and bigger. You have infinite goodness. I agree with those. But I'm not still able to agree with you,
Mhm.
which is going to be the next radio show in another few months, because
Okay.
we need to have you come back. So because we can't leave it right here. So
Okay.
what I do not agree or understand what you are saying, that you need to come back and convince me and our audience is that you are the Messiah.
Okay.
Okay, now that that is going to be next one is going to be even harsher criticism from me and my audience. Are you
Mhm.
ready for it?
Oh, that's wonderful. And I will be on other radio shows, God willing,
Okay.
because what I am in the middle of doing is I am in the middle of taking over the United States government. Now, would you say that's a miracle?
Well, it's not only a miracle. It looks like you have grandiose delusions.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. You're looking for someone who's delusional, and I am working my delusion.
Okay, all
So,
right. You have, this is a free country. I came here, you came here, our forefathers came here, all of us, at least to some extent. Hopefully, that is not devil's plan to bring us all here. Okay, and we have free speech, and we say whatever we want, and I agree with that so far. Not necessarily everything is all here correct. A lot of hypocrisy here, but anyway, here is what we are going to do, Larissa. We
mhm.
are going to put a hold on, because the 1 hour has passed pretty quick, and I didn't know that. Yeah, it's at 2:30 already, so we have to get on with the other shows, and because others are waiting. So here's what we are going to do. We would like to schedule you back in, and then we are going to go into this Messiah complex. Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
you are going to our audience are going to ask more questions, and it's going to be a very lively interview next time. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Global Radio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Global Radio. Today is August 25th, and well, you heard what Larissa was saying. She said that she is going to take over the United States government, and she has $110 million to give away. Now, remember, we have done a lot of scam shows in this program. Some time back, the guy calls me and he says that I owe money to the IRS, and if you send me some money, all problems are solved. Now, that's not the case here. This is just the opposite, except that there is some elements of scam here a little bit, because she's asking us to pay $1 million to start the challenge, the Peacemaker Challenge. So I don't know. Maybe she has $110 million. We are going to find out if she really has $110 million to give away, because most likely it is easy to prove, I would imagine, that she is not the Messiah, because if she is the Messiah, everybody would have known by now. The whole world would have known. This $110 million, I don't know where she got that money from. If she has gotten it, I would like to know. That is pretty amazing number for someone to just give away $110 million. In the on April 28th, she claimed, well, nobody is taking her seriously, by the way, and not in this show or any other show, but that's a different story. Uh, she said that in April 20th, she is going to take over the U.S. government. At last I checked, Obama is still the president, so I have to figure out what's going on with this. Now, here is another deal. We tried to reach her, we could not reach her. So, what we are going to do now, I got her telephone number. So, we are going to call her and find out if she's going to come on the show or is she going to abscond. All right, let's try that number. Well, the call is going out, and while the call is going on, you could hear it.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 40457373030 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Yes, Larissa, this is Dr. Ravi from Global Radio and TV Live. We are having a live show, and we are waiting for you to join us, because remember last time we left off saying that you are going to tell us why you are the Messiah. So if you can please come back or call me or call on the Skype, we would like to continue this conversation. Before we put this item on the Ustream or anywhere else, we will of course delete your number so that they can't bother you. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We will try her on the Skype. Alright, here we go. While that is going on, let's play some music. Well, there you go. Apparently, it's throwing us off because it says the Skype um, address. It shows that she is offline. So now we will have to wait and see if she call us back. So we will continue as to what she has to say. Now I did some investigation on Miss Larissa Edwards, and she is able to get all kinds of radio shows. Okay, I checked out on the internet. You can find her on few different radio shows. Now you're starting to wonder how does she get on these shows. Apparently, she's such a character, a very fascinating character, that people want to listen to what she has to say. And according to what she says, that God did say that Larissa, you are the Messiah. Now, why Larissa is the dominion holder? Genetically predetermined by God, Larissa's DNA is chemically composed to properly produce God's human prototype, superior brain body machine, needed to decipher God's number language and speak directly to God over significant time. Now, naturally, I did not understand most of these things that is written here. That's why we wanted her to come back on our show and explain all this exactly what it means. One of the problems that I noticed with people who come up with all these various ideas, these ideas seems to be completely disjointed. There is no connection between idea number one or the first sentence to the second sentence to the third sentence. And if you confront them with that information, or if you confront such person with saying that, hey, listen, what you are saying doesn't make exact sense because you said that you are going to take over the U.S. government. Now, somebody else asked Larissa previously in one of the other shows that in Bible, do you believe in it? She says, yes, I believe in Bible. Then in Bible, it says, if you believe in it, it says there is only one Messiah. And it says that is Jesus. And there is not going to be anyone until certain time period. And how do you say that you are the one? So they asked her all these questions. But what she came up with was, which is pretty fascinating because this is a difficult argument for anybody. She said, listen, Bible is written in code language, like COBOL or Fortran or one of those old programming languages. Bible is written in a code language, and you guys who are reading the Old and New Testament are misinterpreting it, and she is the only one who is interpreting it correctly on the basis of the numbers. And she also said something interesting, which the Bible person did not agree with, and he didn't like it. She said Mary, who gave birth to Jesus, was not a virgin. And of course, this didn't go very well at all with the Bible scholar who was on the other side. He said, "No, how can he say this? That's why he is God," and so on and so forth. So she believes in Bible, but she believes in Bible on the version that is based upon numbers, and all that conversation was pretty much disjointed. But anyway, she has every right to hold her own opinions. The only reason there is struggle between good and evil is because evil has too much power. So this question I asked her in the last program, I asked her if evil is caused by Satan, and Satan is more powerful than God. Is that possible? Now she said, no, the Satan was created by God. I said, well, that makes not much more sense at all, because if Satan is created by God, so what is the purpose of creating Satan? Well, she said, well, it is to test us human beings, our puny little human beings have to be tested. Well, why the God wants to test us? Why can't we just not have this test? Well, that is what the God has intended for. So that means are you saying, therefore, since God created Satan and Satan is responsible for all the evil in this world, on the earth, and perhaps other planets as well, then it clearly comes to a logical conclusion. God is responsible for all the evil on the earth, because you can't just blame Satan because you created Satan, right? Or Satan just came around. Or you said if the Satan just came around, then we got more serious problem here. Because then who created Satan? He himself created himself. He just was there from day one. Was he a twin brother or twin sister of God? How do we resolve this? There is only one possibility. Then you always say that nothing cannot create something. That is, something cannot come out of nothing. That I agree. If that is the case, before the universe was created, was there God? If there was God before the creation of universe, who created God? Now, you might say, well, of course, God was there forever. That means what? God came out of nothing? So if nothing can create something, what that means? That means something can come out of nothing? See, this is the conundrum. Well, unfortunately, I was just checking my phone number here. She hasn't shown up yet. Hopefully, I was trying to get some of that $110 million, but apparently looks like I'm not going to get it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if any of you out there has $1 million, I want to find out from Larissa, how does she want to have this $1 million? Where does she want to put this money in? Should it be in a escrow account? And there must be an escrow agent. So we had to find an escrow agent to put this $1 million. And in that regard, if that is really all true, if you want to continue this absurdity that she's going to give us $110 million, our guys will be able to put $1 million. That means in turn, she has to put $110 million in the escrow account, correct? Because that's what her challenge is. Now, is there anybody in this world is going to take this person, Miss Edwards, seriously at all? And is she taking herself seriously? And I'm surprised that people are taking her seriously. For example, in this show itself, we have taken her seriously and we are going through this diatribe. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think without continuing this particular show, what I would like to do is see if Larissa comes back to the show, perhaps in the future. And perhaps we can talk to her. Perhaps we can get her to deposit $110 million in an escrow account. And of course, we will deposit, if she does that, naturally we have to deposit $1 million, because now I would imagine it would be easier to prove that she is not the Messiah. Now, what are the conditions of a Messiah? I mean, a Messiah must be much more bigger and more reverent than a saint. So to be a saint, I guess you have to have a confirmed couple of miracles. So for Messiah, one would accept somebody to be a Messiah if this person walks on water or brings the dead alive and things like that. So she should be able to do one of those miracles. Then, of course, we would consider her as the Messiah. But anyway, I don't think we are going to get any of this done. It's just an exercise in futility, in my opinion. But, I got prepared for her. I even put my bow tie on for the show. Apparently, we wasted a little bit of time, but that's okay. We will wait and see whether my office gets a call back from her anytime soon. If she does, and of course, we will go ahead and continue this show. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will have to leave you there, and for the next show, please call us at 469-307-1642, 1642, and God bless everybody, and we will be right back.